Today we're taking a look at a monster of an amp from my good friends over at Donner. Now it's not a monster because it's this big massive head or amp or anything. It's because it's named after a monster. This is the Donner Cyclops. So as always, links are in the description if you want to check out this product or any of the other fine Donner products that they offer, and use the code Flamingo at checkout. You can get yourself 15% off either your very own Donner Cyclops or any of the other Donner products that I've showcased on this channel, or just really any of them. You can't go wrong. Links in the description. As always, all thoughts and opinions are mine, even though this is a sponsored video. Let's check out the Donner Cyclops. So let's take a look at what you get in the box first. So first and foremost, you get your instruction page. It's not a full manual, but it's a pretty simple product, so you don't need a full manual, just one big page will do. You do get a 9-volt power supply, but this thing can run on 6 AA batteries if you want to make it more portable. Something that you don't see a lot of in a lot of products nowadays, I thought it was kind of cool. You get a little sticker, a little Cyclops sticker there. I really like that, so I'm gonna keep that around, find some interesting spot to stick that on. And then you get the amp itself, which straight out of the box looks really cool. Immediately, it's got like a retro thing going on with the logo here on the front, the slanted kind of top here, the big knob right there on the front. It just looks kind of retro and cool, especially with like the cream and the brown right around here with the black. It just looks really, really cool. So already a win, but anything can look cool and not perform well. So does the Cyclops hold up to how well it looks? We'll get into that in just a second. Let's go over some of the features really quickly. There's not a whole lot, so I promise this should be quick. 9-volt power here, but again, you have your battery compartment on the back for 6 AA batteries, headphone and aux ports, pretty standard there. USB-C port there. You don't get a cable included, but USB-C cables are kind of the rave right now, so you can find one kind of anywhere. Master volume is what that knob is on the front, which I think is kind of cool. Coming up to the top, you have your input there. You have your drum volume because you do have a built-in drum machine. You have your modulation effects here. You have a chorus and a tremolo. You have 2 delays. It just says warm and pure. Then you have 2 reverbs, a room, and a plate. You have a little screen there. You turn it on right there. It does have built-in Bluetooth. 1 gain knob, 1 tone knob, a volume knob up here. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different amp types. Well, I guess really 6 different amp types and a flat sound. You do have a tap right here, so you can change the timing of your delay and everything, but it's also a tuner if you hold it down, which is really, really nice. And then over here you have where you can change your style of your drum machine. You can pause it, play it, stop it, whatever, all in the control of that one button there. So this thing's really cool. Like I said, pretty simple, really nice if you want to have it on your desktop. Let's go ahead and plug it in. I may or may not mic it up depending on how well it wants to work. And let's get some tones out of this thing, see what it sounds like, and see if it's worth your money. All right, so here's our setup to check out the Donner Cyclops here. So I've got it mic'd up in that SM57. We're using my Donner DST550, and I'm gonna try not to talk too much. We're just gonna try to run through some of the tones. You can see where the master volume is. I have the regular volume on here all the way up. So the volume up here at the top, tone in the middle, gain in the middle. We're gonna start on the Jazz Clean amp. So this is just your straight up clean sound, or one of them. You have a couple of them. So a nice little sounding clean there. Let's run through the effects really quickly. So you have your modulation effects. You have 2 of them. You have a chorus and a tremolo. Here's the chorus, and it is maxed out just for maximum effect here. Pretty decent chorus on there. A tremolo, where we all know what a tremolo is. If I can talk today. Back it off just a little bit. Pretty nice tremolo on that. We have two delays. We have a warm and pure. Here's the warm delay. Maybe more of a bassy echo than, say, the pure one, which I think has more of a high-end response in the echo. That's just what I'm hearing. You may not hear what I'm hearing, but that's the beauty of this channel and of this platform, is you're entitled to your own opinion. Two reverbs. We have a room reverb. Here's the room reverb really quick, kind of maxed out. So pretty decent little room reverb on that. And then here is a plate reverb, again maxed out for your listening pleasure. So two very usable reverbs on there. Really quickly, just to get it out of the way, here's the drum machine. And you saw that I was doing like that with the drum machine. It does have a tap tempo built in that does also affect your delay. So when you turn the knob on the delay, that's the amount of the effect that's in there, and then you can do the tap tempo to affect your slapback or your feedback or whatever. Running through the amps really quickly. So we've done all of that on the Jazz Clean, so you're pretty familiar with what that sounds like at this point. Here's the Tweed Deluxe. So that's a pretty good sound. We're all like dry, by the way. We're not doing any reverb or anything because we want to hear what the amps sound like on their own. UK 800, I believe this is like a plexi sound. I mean, you can't complain with that. The tone knob, we'll mess with the tone knob. Here's the tone maxed all the way out so you can see how bright it gets. And the tone all the way down so you can see how dark it gets. All right, and then here's the gain all the way up just for laughs. And this little thing does have some volume to it once you start to add some of the distortion on there. So the tone and the gain are back in the middle. Let's go to the Vox 30T, so I guess this is like an AC30 kind of setting here. We'll go back to a single coil. Getting some cabinet rattle on that. It's a pretty good AC30 sound. You add a little bit of the reverb to that. We brighten it up a little bit too. Oh yeah. That's a really nice sound. take that. Just goes to show that if you tweak these little amps just a little bit, you can get some really good tones out of them. PV, so the letter P, the letter V, 51, so I guess this is like an EVH 5150 kind of thing. We're going to turn that down because I feel like it's going to be really loud. I'm not upset at that at all. That's a really cool sound. A little bit of reverb on that, and you got yourself, oh yeah, a little bit of delay too. You got yourself a nice shreddy tone. Yes, I played the exact same line. Sue me. I don't really care. Cool, so here's like a dual rectifier sound. So that's very dark, so let's brighten it up all the way. Whew. Very loud. I don't know what I'm playing at this point. But yeah, so there's that. And then you have, at the very end, after all of that nonsense, flat. So just a flat sound, I guess. Kick the volume back up there. So after all of that, we come right back to kind of a flat, clean sound. Thus far, though, really don't have too many complaints about the sound or the effects or anything built into the Donner Cyclops. So far, impressed. So what do I think of the Donner Cyclops? I think this is a really nice little desktop amplifier. First off, I really like the way that this thing looks. Something about this like offset thing with the one volume knob here, which I wonder if that's why they call it the Cyclops, because it's got the one knob on the front. I think it's really cool. The retro look, the colors of it, everything about it aesthetically is just very pleasing. The amount of effects that they have in here are kind of cool. I like that they're kind of limited so you don't get that option paralysis, but I like that you have a reverb, a delay, and a modulation built right in with no need to get into an app or anything to control it. It's all right there on the face, or rather the top there. The addition of the built-in drum machine is kind of cool just for some like weird practice or whatever if you just want something to kind of play along with. The tap tempo is really cool. It does have a built-in tuner. If you hold down the tap tempo button, you will engage a tuner. You have a little screen right there that'll show you if you're in tune or not. And yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of volume on tap for it. I will say that. You do have the gain knob, which gives you a little bit of extra gain. Not that you really need it, especially on the PV and the dual rectifier sounds. And I mean, there's really nothing to complain about with it, man. It's got a lot going on under the hood for such a small little amp. And then you also have the addition of the battery compartment back here, as I mentioned before, which I was running it on a 9-volt power supply just because I didn't have six AA batteries available on hand. But you know, if you want to take this thing with you, I mean, I could recommend it, honestly. Everybody knows, if you're a fan of this channel, that I really like checking out these small desktop amplifiers because they're just really cool. And I swear by things like my Black Star Fly 3, love that thing. The NuX Mighty Light, the real small one, that's a really cool desktop amplifier. I love those. The Boss Katana Mini, this thing kind of sits right up there with them quality-wise. I mean, they feel about the same. Sound, I mean, again, it sounds really good for what it is. So can I recommend it? Absolutely. You can also do USB-C recording with it, I think is what that's for, which is kind of cool. So you could USB-C that out into your phone or tablet or whatever and get some recorded sounds on the go. What's not to like about it? Check the link in the description. You can get 15% off of your order if you pick up a Cyclops or if you pick up the DST 550, which is what I used. That was the guitar that I used. Fantastic guitar, swear by that thing. And what's not to lose, or what's not to love, rather. I don't know what I'm saying here. But yeah, use the code Flamingo at checkout, get 15% off of anything on Donner's website, specifically the Cyclops. Really cool little amplifier. Thank you very much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. My name's Jonathan. Thanks for sitting with me. I'm gonna get off camera now. It might be Room of Doom. It's early morning here. What can I say? Bye-bye, everybody.